Sunday nights at 8, starting December 1st on Upwave on HLN. Author, life hacker, human guinea pig. Welcome to the Tim Ferriss Experiment.
Get ready to hack your life and discover your highest potential. The Tim Ferriss Experiment, coming this December on Upwave on HLN.
Best-selling author Tim Ferriss tackles seemingly impossible challenges and offers life lessons. Check out the Tim Ferriss Experiment Sunday, December 1st at 8 p.m. on Upwave on the HLN network, and check out the premiere at the link below right now. So this is a review of the Disney film Frozen, not the 2010 film where Iceman and his two buddies get stuck on a ski lift. Not that one. Frozen is about two sisters. One of them has magic powers. She can touch things and turn them into ice. She has a hard time controlling it. A lot of people don't like it. There's two dudes. One of them is a prince, the other is an ice salesman. There's a talking snowman, and everybody sings. A lot. It's classic Disney stuff. So these two sisters, they grew up together in this castle. Their parents were king and queen. As I said, one of these girls has ice powers. She can create anything she wants to into snow or ice or whatever. And when that becomes a problem, the relationship of these two sisters becomes strained and they grow farther and farther apart until it becomes such an issue that the entire kingdom is at stake and they have to figure out a way to save each other and find each other, and there's men and love and romance and singing and all that good stuff. Now, I had heard a lot of things about Frozen going into it. I heard that it was one of the new Disney classics, that people would really enjoy this movie, that it's the perfect type of Disney movie, like it revisits Disney's roots, and a lot of people were very excited about that. And that is true. Frozen is a pretty fun movie, a very beautifully animated movie. This movie has terrific 3D animation. The 3D is gorgeous. There's a lot of things that pop out at you, but it doesn't feel like it's a gimmick. It actually feels as if it's incorporated into the story, which is the best way to do 3D, is to not be like, hey, here's all this stuff, ooh boy, and you're like, cool, I guess. What does that have to do with anything? They're able to incorporate the 3D into the story, and that's one of the reasons why it worked, because it wasn't just really well done on a technical level. It actually worked for the story, which is cool. Now, as I said, this is one of those movies where characters sing a lot. Like, they'll just be sitting down like, hello, how are you doing today? La-di-da-da-da, I'm a girl. I like frilly romantic things and horses and snow. Normally, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, it does kind of get on my nerves sometimes where characters randomly break out in song. Not here, though. It didn't bother me. Why is that? The songs were actually good. The film was directed so well that I actually was getting into some of the musical elements of it. But there was a point in this movie where it went from being pretty fun to actually pretty good. And that's where this character named Olaf appears. He's completely oblivious to his environment. He doesn't understand the whole fire and melting snow thing. He's very curious about spring and summer, and everyone's like, should we really talk to him about that? Because probably not a good time for snowmen to be around. So there are certain times in movies where you get to that point where that side character is suddenly introduced that's supposed to be the comic relief, and you're like, wow, I hate that guy. Like Jar Jar Binks, for instance. You're watching Star Wars Phantom Menace, Jar Jar Binks comes in, and you're like, oh, it's a cool looking guy, he's annoying as hell. I hate him, and he needs to die now. Olaf came in, and I was like, this could ruin the movie. Oh, he's awesome. Like, he was just great. Such a great character. He made the movie way better than it could have been. And one of the things about Disney movies like this is the whole Disney damsel in distress cliche is getting very tired. Like, oh, the girl needs saved every 2 seconds. Oh, she's so sickly and pale and help me. And like, this movie has that in there, but without spoiling anything, it has a great way of subverting it that I thought really improved the movie, because I'm getting sick of that whole cliche, the girl always needs to be saved by the big strong man. Because look, I don't have any problem with that. It's fun to watch a hero be a hero, but after a while it's like, yeah, okay, the girl is, you're capable of fighting. It's cool. I tried to do that with Brave, and it started out that way, but then it became like a mother-daughter story, and I was like, can't she just be a fighting badass? Why does it have to turn into a mother-daughter story all of a sudden? Like, I wanted to see more of her being a fighting badass, because she was. That's a side rant. This movie has Disney classic written all over it. Kids will love this movie, especially girls. Even more especially sisters. Like, they're gonna poop. They'll poop. Like, it's just perfect. Like, if you have daughters, and maybe they're fighting right now, and they're not really getting along that well, take them to Frozen, because it'll just work everything out. As for negatives to the film, I thought that there were some really great action scenes in this movie, but not quite enough of them. Like, there were scenes where she tries to use her powers, and you're like, yes, this is really cool. But the thing is, her parents taught her to withhold them and not share them with the world, so you don't get as much of that. And when it does actually come to the point where she starts to use her powers more, I was like, yes, I want more of this, but there wasn't really enough of that intensity, because I thought that was a really cool story element that wasn't really exploited as well as it could have been. The romance in the film was cute, but not really involving at all. And yes, it is a Disney film, so adults probably won't feel very into the romance. Kids will like it, adults will kind of smile at it. But I wish the romance was more than just your Disney kind of winking cutiness. For the standards of this film, I think it did a really good job for what it's trying to be. Yeah, I'm probably not going to ever pop it in and watch it again, but for what it is and for its age demographic and audience, it's really going to hit home. And it is a clever film, and it is very well made. So for that reason, I got to give it a B+. So guys, when you see the film, tell me what you thought of it. And what is your favorite Disney film that involves singing? Mine's probably Lion King. I mean, it's definitely Lion King. As always, guys, thanks very much for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.